Hi everyone, welcome to this week's reading, and this is for the week ahead for the 11th to the 17th of December. Just a quick message before I get to the astrology and the cards for this week. You won't see a video reading from me for a couple of weeks after this one because I'm going on a break, and so those people that have ordered readings and haven't received them back yet, you're on my to-do list this week, and you'll be getting your readings this week or next week, and then so my shop will actually close for the holidays from around the 15th of December, and I'll probably reopen around the 30th, either the end of December or after New Year. Okay, so I'll see how I go, and but I'm definitely closing from the 15th for a couple of weeks or so. With the astrology this week, guys, the main thing, there's not a lot to tell, but the main things going on are Mercury is still retrograde, yes, causing some confusions and, you know, revisiting and, you know, looking over things from the past, reflecting on the past, connecting with people from the past, hearing from people from the past, bumping into people from the past. It's still retrograde in Sagittarius, so if you know your chart, look to where you have Sagittarius in your chart to see what area of life you're rethinking things. But, you know, the usual Mercury retrograde stuff still applies, and Mercury will remain retrograde until next weekend, okay? So after next weekend, you'll notice, well, sometimes, you know, I have to say, when Mercury is just about to go direct, it still causes problems. So even next weekend, when it's starting to get ready to go direct, it can be quite, the energy can be quite potent of Mercury retrograde. That said, after next weekend, you'll notice some, you know, things feeling somewhat back to normal. But we are going through a big shift because also very soon, after this week, I'm just mentioning it because it's super important, Saturn changes signs. So sigh of relief for all you Sagittarians out there, and Geminis and Virgos and Pisces who've had harsh aspects from Saturn. Saturn will now be in its home sign of Capricorn, and I've made a video about this on my main channel. If you don't follow me on my main channel, check out Starlight Oracle, which is the name of my main channel, and I talk about astrology on there. You can have a look at, if you haven't seen my video, Saturn going into Capricorn, global and personal. That video talks about, you know, what to expect for your zodiac sign. All right, and, you know, with Saturn in Capricorn, you really want to look at where you're going to be building foundations in your life. Saturn's all about foundations, where you're going to be getting structure and stability for yourself. So anything that, you know, is not for your own stability or is not supporting your stability, you'll be, you know, rethinking structures in your life, basically, with Saturn in Capricorn. And, you know, Saturn is about hard work as well. So all the hard work that you put into a genuine foundation and a genuine path for yourself, even if it's a new path, will be rewarded by the end of the transit, which will be in a few years' time. So, to this week, let's see what the energies are. This is tarot deck, is the Simply Deep Tarot by Chanel Bayliss and artist James Battersby. And it was actually gifted to me from the artist himself, so lucky me. But I really like his artwork, actually. He's got a sort of a cartoon, like animation sort of style of artwork. Anyway, you'll see the cards, but let's have a look at this week. I'm really drawn over here. It's going to be the first one. This one. Oh, this one wants to come out. They're all sort of just, for those tarot readers or people that are new to tarot reading, when the cards really come easily out and you're drawn to them. Sometimes I'm drawn to a section, but they won't come out, and you know you've got the wrong one. But when they just sort of slide out, you know that is the right card. Oh, Temperance. Very interesting. Knight of Wands. Okay. And the Seven of Wands. And I just want to mention, because Saturn is going to be changing signs from Sagittarius into Capricorn, this week, I think it's towards the end of this week, Saturn will be on the critical degree of Sagittarius. So that could be some very significant things going on this week in society in terms of our awareness of serious issues, because Saturn relates to serious issues. So pay attention this week to see what's going on with Saturn heading towards the anaretic or critical degree of Sagittarius before it changes signs. Look at all this red energy too with the cards. Like, it's very fiery. This one's a bit more mixed, but there's still a lot of red there. And, you know, the cards in this deck are very mixed in terms of colours. So there's very fiery energy. And I wonder, I'm feeling like, you know, this relates to Saturn hitting that critical degree of Sagittarius this week. There could be some, you know, developments that are very intense globally or even personally this week, because, you know, when a planet like, you know, Jupiter or Saturn or any other major outer planet changes signs, it's such a big deal, and it really does affect the collective awareness. It affects the collective energies. People may sense anxiety or tension as these, you know, sensitive people especially may feel this feeling of trepidation or anxiety just because the planets are actually changing signs. It can affect people in that way. So anyway, this week the advice is temperance. So take things slow and steady. Balance your emotions. Do not rush in where, you know, what's that saying? Fools rush where angels fear to tread, or something along those lines. That's what's coming to me. So just be very careful with the energies this week, especially if you have late Sagittarius placements or late fire energy in your chart. Yeah, there's some kind of intensity with taking action here that's coming up this week. So again, look at this Knight of Wands. I'm really drawn to how there's a snake at his feet, a red snake. So he's sort of gallivanting around with a very happy sort of look on his face, but there's a snake lurking. So there's a need to, I feel this message is saying, do take care this week. Do not push hard for outcomes this week. It's not really the energy for that, unless you personally feel, you know, in your life you feel very intuitively guided to push for outcomes. But we may be feeling ambitious, but it's time to sort of rein in the energy just that little bit and let the flow kind of take over, which is what this is about. And this is also about creative energy, so it could be suggesting using your creativity as an outlet this week will be an effective way to channel excess energy if you have that happening and you feel restless or agitated. The Seven of Wands, you know, talks about having to sort of do battle against these energies coming at you from all different areas. So, you know, for some people it can be, you feel like you've got a lot going on this week. It's a busy week, but you kind of feel a bit antagonized as a result of different people's demands on you. Some people, you may feel for some reason that they need to defend their own actions this week or defend themselves this week against, you know, people that don't understand them or people that are irate with them. There's a tense energy with this card. Yeah, see, these two very much are connected to me. For me, the Knight of Wands with the Seven of Wands, it's about not just being sort of in your own head, but paying attention to your environment, to people around you, and how your actions may be affecting others around you. Because, again, you know, he's sort of dancing along in his own little world, but he has no idea that there's that snake there, and then all these people challenging him. So, again, I feel this is a result. This energy is speaking to Saturn in Sagittarius at the critical degree this week. So, and what else can I say? This is the main message because it's the Major Arcana card. Take it steady. Be in tune with yourself as a way to mitigate any negative energies around you this week. See things, you know, have that be in touch with your intuition so that you can sense what is around the corner. And, you know, if you are listening to your intuition, you will be able to do that this week. All right, so let's have a look at, those were the tarot. Let's have a look at one oracle card from the Gateway Oracle by Denise Lynn. Oops, I haven't used these cards for a while, so it'll be really interesting to see what message comes up. So this is general messages for everybody. Oh, this one flipped itself out. Look deeper. Deep within me is a majestic radiance. Wow, that's a beautiful card. And it's a card about intuition. Look at all that blue energy, which reminds me of the third eye chakra, that sort of lapis kind of deep blue. Very beautiful. Wow, so look at the card. It shows that, you know, deep beneath the ocean are all these gems. So it's like talking about looking deeply within yourself. And sometimes, you know, when we take that time to self-reflect, we can find those gems of realizations within ourselves. We don't always need to ask other people or consult with other people, because that can be sort of a crutch. You know, we need to learn, especially in this day and age where the energies are shifting, the vibration is there to raise higher if you choose to be open to it. Intuition can really, really help you in your life. It can give you flashes of the future, you know, warn you against potential problems and pitfalls. It can, you know, also give you positive information about your future. So not just about the future, but it's about your own psychology and your own psyche, and perhaps even patterns that repeat in your own life that cause problems. So this is talking to you about tapping into this, the depth inside of you that is really capable of anything, you know, in a positive sense, and tapping into that sort of inner creative self as well. And I mentioned creativity with the Temperance card this week, and this card is also making me think of tapping into that inner wellspring of potential in yourself and learning to bring that out as well. So it's a pretty good, positive, beautiful message. So those were the messages for this week, and I'll see you in about 2 weeks' time. Thank you so much to everybody for watching, and if you would like to order a reading from me, you can up until the 14th or 15th of December book a reading through my online store, and I'll leave the link below this video. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a fantastic week. Bye.